Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I am Geoff.
And we just watched an episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes, we did. In Scotland.
Ah, yes, they are in Scotland.
Yes.
I watched it twice because I was asleep the first time. But you'd think that me watching it twice means I'll know more about what happened. No, not at all.
I thought you would. I thought you'd be leading the discussion.
Yeah, I'm pretty fresh on it, though. But now I just kind of, the minute I enjoyed the episode very much. It was a good episode.
Yes, I agree.
Worth watching. But, you know, it's kind of similar notes. I'd say more exciting notes. I think they get somewhere with a lot of their conversations. And, you know, I think that there's some, and the kumbaya at the end was almost like barfening, you know, kumbaya. But
they're a real sisterhood.
Yeah, that's all Phaedra wants. It's a sisterhood. A true sisterhood.
That's all she wants. Before we get into it, though, we need to talk about the seating chart for the reunion, because we put out a video on Wednesday with our predictions, and we were almost right if Bravo had sense.
Yes, we were not prepared for Shamea to be third chair.
I mean, just looking at it, it's so weird to like see her third chair. I know Kay did a lot this season, and she was, a lot of the focus was on her, and maybe even more so in these last few episodes coming up. But just watching this episode, all roads lead back to Shamea, and everyone's talking about her. She feels like ostracized from the group. You know, I don't understand why she's not first chair, and also to go nose to nose with Porsha. Yeah. It just makes sense.
It is definitely.
So who does she piss off at production to get this outcome?
You know what it is? It's the editors, because they're pissed off that she has 17 different confessional outfits. They're like, oh, we can't put together a coherent, stream of editing.
Yes.
Because she's just in there like different outfit. So
that's probably it. Yeah. No, it's just so weird. I think everyone else is perfectly placed. I understand putting Cynthia. Also, the fact there are two seating charts, right? The second one for when Cynthia comes out and she's like right next to Porsha. Totally get that. It's very, appropriate for.
They did that for Potomac. With Karen, didn't they?
Right.
They moved everyone down so Karen could sit down in her spot.
First seat, yes.
Yeah. So maybe that's the thing they're going to start doing now is, put the friend where they would be.
No, you know what? It was second seat because she was right next to Stacey, because she turned to Stacey and she's like, have you been...
Oh, you're right.
You're lying?
You're right.
Yeah.
So... Cynthia definitely,
totally
as an OG one of the OGs of the show, like,
yeah, I'm saying that totally tracks. I just don't get Kay being first chair. Like, are she and Porsha really going to be at it like Shamea and Porsha would be?
No,
but then I heard the word on the street is that Shamea won the reunion, and I do think putting her in third might have motivated her to fight for her job,
right?
And so she maybe revealed more, or was more vulnerable, or did all the things in order to stay on,
Right.
So that's a theory.
When we first saw the seating chart, my initial reaction was maybe there's something contractual with K. Michelle. The fact that she has a previous, reality show credits, and they know that she's a draw, maybe putting her first, or maybe, I'm not saying the only way she got that is through, contract, but, it doesn't make sense. She really hasn't been, yes, she's been involved in a lot of the drama, but she hasn't been the focus.
There were a couple episodes where she was very C-list story, and only saw her in one scene, with her doctor or talking to her husband. So I don't see it.
It has to be the back half of the season. She must step up to a lot of drama. She has to.
That's crazy. I could see second seat perhaps, but
because the only other thing, I don't know, Kay being there, cool. I'm fine with it. I like it. I think she'll give good reunion from there. But the only other, kind of logic behind it is that they wanted to, teach Shamea a lesson because, and maybe move her down a bit. Or we're just reading too much into it because,
there's story there. And I'm curious to see how the initial reaction when Shamea found out that she was third chair. What?
Really, this is only her third season.
It's her second season as a
full housewife.
Yes. She's been a friend of. She's been out there on the reunion before.
True.
Season 9, but
yeah. It is a head scratcher for sure.
It is.
So, it might just be that she's getting too cocky, and they wanted to be, hey, you got to do more than just, talk about Porsha. We need you to Or actually, you actually need to talk about Porsha. You can't just allude to the fact that there's some beef there, you know?
It's like with Porsha, though. It's like getting into it with Angela, getting into it with True, revealing stuff about, you know, what's going on in her marriage and also with her surrogacy journey. Like, she gave a lot. And anyways, we can go round and round about it. No one asked us. I should have. Hello. We put out a whole TikTok video.
I know, right? Like, we're the only ones who do that too, right?
I mean,
right?
on.
So,
come on.
Well, you brought up Angela, and I think she was of this episode, I think she was the common denominator through a lot of it. So,
Angela be lying.
And like, over what? Like, over what?
What's it to you? Like, why are you so focused on Shamea and throwing out these wild things and then getting caught up when someone says, no, that's not what happened?
Yeah.
You know?
And then on top of that, like, it really did restructure how I view Angela and all the drama from last year, which she was stirring up with Phaedra.
Yeah.
Because now that I've seen just how weak her little, like, drama is, I was like, oh, this really is some clunky manipulation. Like, I never said she said you slept with him. I was saying that. It's like, and all off of what? Because he said he paid her? Like, do you really honestly think that he paid her for sex?
Like he would say, you know, I had to give her money because she... It's
such a weak thing.
A major weak sauce.
Yeah. So it's making me that, and combined with, you know, I think she's got some of the homophobia going in there with her daughter and everything. Like, all these things are adding up.
Proven otherwise.
Yeah, all these things are adding up where I'm just like, oh, Angela, like, I was really, I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. I guess I shouldn't quote Tyra Banks.
No.
But anyway.
Like, it's sued.
So, but they go to Scotland.
Yes,
so
they're in Scotland.
They fly JetBlue to Scotland, which I was like, oh, is JetBlue the official airline of... Because I think they flew JetBlue somewhere else on a different franchise.
Yes, and we were like...
I was like, JetBlue? It was on Beverly Hills. They flew JetBlue to... Italy, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, or it might have been when they went to New York. They went private to New York, didn't they? To the Hamptons. With Rachel. But anyway, I was like, oh, JetBlue. Interesting.
Maybe went to Sedona.
Maybe.
I don't think maybe I've flown JetBlue.
We've flown JetBlue. We did that to World Pride that one year. That was JetBlue. Okay. Which I just saw our Facebook memory, which was like, even though JetBlue made us check our bags at the gate.
That's right.
They pulled that bullshit. There's no overhead bin space, and you get on there, and it's mountain or sea of empty bins. These damn airlines.
Just so ridiculous.
Someone's got to do something about these airlines.
In my day,
it's crazy.
The steward took my bag.
Steward? That's not when we dropped the CPAP on the old lady.
We didn't drop it on her. It fell. I didn't intend to fall on her old ass.
That woman.
We've told that story. So yes, they get to Scotland. They go to a castle, just a nice stately house, not really a castle, Phaedra. It's for Phaedra's birthday. Didn't know that. Frickin' frack have planned the trip.
Yep. And I like they threw a little bit of shade at the fact that, you know, Phaedra did tremendously well on the Traitors.
Iconic, if you will.
Iconic. And then Porsha, not so much.
Yes.
But I was like, all right, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I like that they had the Scottish dude there.
From TikTok?
Yeah.
Have you seen him on TikTok?
No, I've never seen him before. And I like that they tried to make a Idris Elba comment for Kay Michelle, and she's like, I don't know about that.
He's not African American.
And she's like, yeah, he's Scottish. You're right. You know, that is always interesting. You know, when we're so used to, you know, African American and saying that because we're American, but when someone says like African Scottish, you're like, what? Or African English, you're like, what is that? Like,
that's Scottish. If he was born in Scotland,
right?
Which he sounds like he was,
right? But I mean, you're born in America. We don't call you. Well, we do call you American, but
you know, I know it's. When that became a thing, I just, you know, I just say black.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's, you get to do that. I mean, out of respect, like I start off with African American.
You say my African American husband?
I would to a stranger. And then like, if they were like, oh, he's black. Yeah, he's black. You know, that sort of thing. So.
South that. Anywho, so they like all flirt and say how hot the black Scot is.
While the whitest woman in the world is playing bagpipes. Like, she was definitely Scottish, like translucent almost. I was like, wow, she is pale.
Well, she's very blonde,
right?
Too.
It didn't help.
Yes,
I like that they get settled around the table while Phaedra and Porsha tour the house with the hot dude. And they see all the rooms. They assign the rooms.
It was very low key. Like I think all the rooms were nice, and there was no fighting over. There's no pool house to stick somebody in.
I think Kelli got the one room without a private bathroom. Correct. And so they kind of made a little point about that. But
I also didn't see any glam. I wonder if they were all like, whatever, it's Scotland, we're not going to fly glam out here.
Possibly.
Because I saw like Phaedra doing her own makeup, and I'm like,
oh, maybe then. I like that Porsha at one point was like, what's going on down here? I wanted to take off my wig, scratch my braids, and
take
off
bra.
My bra. It's like, all right.
You out here fussing? Because, they get like right into it, basically. Well, it's like they talk about Pinky. Is it a TV show or a movie?
It's a TV show, I think.
Because originally it's a TV show, but then they said movie at the table.
I don't know. Well, I like that they announced that like Shamea has been cast as that one character, and then Angela just couldn't help herself. Like, we should all get a cameo, and then like Pinky's like, no, girl, we're done.
Yeah,
like we're done with casting. That's not going to happen. Thank you, though.
Clunky.
Yeah,
and they shift to Kelli saying that Phaedra's helping her with her case,
right?
And then it gets to Angela, like Kelly saying like, I've had your back, even though we may say I had your back, and she says, no, you haven't. And anyways, it gets to like Angela again coming at Shamea, and then getting to the George of it all.
Yes.
George, her neighbor.
Also, talk about shitting where you eat. Like maybe don't, or it's shitting where you eat, or is it eating where you shit?
Shitting where you eat.
Yeah, either way. Like,
or shit where you eat.
Don't bring your next door neighbor into it. Like, if this person is truly your neighbor, you have to live next to this person.
And don't bring your HOA into it.
I know. Like, I was just like, oh, Angela, no.
But I didn't see the point of it. But, like, basically, she's claiming that Shamea slept with this guy, George, in addition to the entire Hawks team,
the Falcons.
The Falcons.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
so that's where Cynthia, like in her confessional, was like, where does she find the time?
Right.
Like, she's like, I trust Angela, but I don't believe that this is actually happening.
No, it's dumb.
Yeah.
So yeah, they basically, she accuses Shamea of sleeping with George
for money. She accuses a married woman, a woman who's married to a filthy rich man.
Yes.
Of sleeping with another dude for money.
Yes.
Yeah.
A dude who had a green beard.
Yes, who's an accident attorney, apparently, who has billboards all over Atlanta.
Smash and grab.
Something like that. I was just like, okay.
Yeah. Crash and grab.
Yeah, it's so lame.
It was just like, what are we doing?
It's an example of one of these things that it's been bothering us, not just on this season, but on other seasons, when people say like, oh, I know some things that and I have proof that you're doing something. I mean, the proof is the weakest proof ever, and it just like amounts to nothing. And like, I'd rather she not have a storyline than try to make this a storyline, because there's nothing worse than like a really awkwardly produced storyline.
Because it goes nowhere. Basically, to follow it through, is that Shamea shows the other girls, like, I've been talking to Ashley,
George's wife.
Yes, saying this is bullshit.
Yeah.
And then Angela calls Ashley, who's just kind of like, what the hell are you calling me for?
Right.
Like, what's going on?
And then like when Angela brings that up later, that like, I talked to her for a whole 2 minutes. Like,
why would you say that?
Yeah. And then on what you talked to her about was that you said, I didn't say that. But like, again, the proof that brought to the table of you talking to her was useless.
Yeah.
It doesn't prove your point any more than it proves hers. I mean, it's just such a dumb thing. So Angela just needs to move off of Shamea. Like, I get that, like, maybe you don't like her, but I don't know. It's like, does she just pick someone new every season to like make a fake beef against?
It seemed like it. What I didn't like is
she did kind of bring up, Angela did kind of bring up that like, Shamea was talking about how she didn't know Angela when she first met her, but she knew Charles through the NBA.
Yes, and they have like Shamea's not totally innocent in that she's said things alluding to the fact that, Charles was stepping out on Angela.
Right.
But they've all said that.
Yeah.
But again, not good. But like, to come back at Shamea with like, she screwed all these football players, like she's this big hoe, and she can't just be working for the Hawks, she has to be screwing them too. which is really sexist.
Yeah.
Misogynistic. It's just like, what are you doing here? So like they get to the dinner. We'll backtrack.
Yeah.
And Shamea has Pinky read the text from Ashley, which is basically saying like Angela's full of it.
Right.
And then Angela's like, duh, 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 duh. And then Angela goes to, you talk to my daughter. Okay. Here's the thing. Yes, kids should be off limits, but it wasn't as if Shamea was saying to Angela's daughter, Amari, you know what? Your mom was a big C word.
Yeah.
She didn't say that. She wasn't like, calling Amari out of her name. She was just like, you're way nicer than your mom. Right. Like very jokey, very just like whatever.
Also, Amari is an adult. It's not like she's a 14-year-old and it's Erica Jane saying, drunk, saying,
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Which I don't even think was that bad on Beverly Hills. But, if we have to play along with kids are off limits. I think that was completely fine. Like, if you don't want your adult kid to be involved in the drama, don't invite them to the event.
And it wasn't as if Amari was just scandalized by it and like traumatized and like, Mom, you won't believe what that Shamea lady said. Yeah. She just walked away like, whatever.
Yeah.
Because she knows that Shamea's right. But yeah. So, but what annoyed me is that the women were like focusing more on kids are off limits, blah, blah, blah. Can we not call this whole thing out that Angela made up this bullshit and tried to like throw it out? And as Shamea said, when you put something out there that's a lie, it's hard to disprove once it's on the table.
Right. People aren't, if you don't have the evidence right there, like people aren't going to, they're not going to care when you do present evidence one way or the other because they're like, well, it's been out there for so long.
If Shamea didn't have that text exchange between her and Ashley, they could have said, well, maybe she is. Maybe, there's no whatever.
It was interesting to see Porsha get involved in it. Like,
yeah, I think Porsha saw that it was dumb.
Yeah.
And that it was going nowhere, and she didn't want to be in it.
Yeah. For sure. She's like, I don't want to spend time going through this bullshit. Let's get past this.
Right. It's not a real thing.
Yeah.
We'll get to a real thing next episode.
Exactly.
This is not it. And it was also awkward, as it usually is, with like Porsha and Shamea sitting right next to each other and not that like engaging in it was just It
was interesting though that like when Angela was doing the whole like, why'd you say it to my face, and kept going outside her room.
Oh, right.
Because Shamea shut the door on her. It was interesting that Porsha went in and talked to Angela or to Shamea. They didn't show it happening, but Porsha came back out and into Angela's room and said, look, I was just in there talking to Shamea, and here's what, we're here where we're at. Let's just go to dinner and let's just not worry about this anymore.
Right.
So it's like Porsha went in and like kind of brokered peace for a minute. It was interesting to see.
Yeah, she was like, aside from the fact that she's wanted to chill and not have to deal with this.
No, I think though you're 100% right that Portia's like, this isn't real drama, and like that's not what we need to be focusing on. Like it was almost Porsha doing a little bit of her own producing.
For sure. She's like, this is not going to fly. It's going to be a nothing burger, and then the audience is going to read it as boring.
Yeah, which she's absolutely right.
Yes, like once she threw out that real, not AI RHOA text message exchange with Ashley, like the balloon deflated.
Yeah.
The balloon being Angela.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
There was something that I completely forgot about.
Well, also Shamea. So Pinky is on this like, I want to broker peace with the group thing, kumbaya. Which is funny that she wasn't there for the kumbaya at the end. But they get to dinner. It's just Pinky, Shamea, and Kay, and they talk about, the whole thing about what Pinky said that
at the Bonnie Badger.
Yes, the Bonnie Badger.
I know they're like, what's a badger? It's like, I mean, I don't really know what a badger is, but I always imagine, it's just a rodent of some sort. Right?
Yeah, it's like above a raccoon,
below a beaver.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I'd categorize it. I'm sure neither of these things are scientifically accurate, but, I picture it in my head.
I feel like it was like thick paws, and
I think it's like a non-smelly skunk is how I think of it.
But I think it definitely can be dangerous.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, well, it's a wild animal.
But yeah. Sorry, I
interrupted
you there. They're at dinner.
And, Kay basically says, it hurt my feelings when you said that none of your friends want you to be friends with me. And in her confessional, she's like, I don't care about all that. Whatever. If you're my friend, just be my friend. And Shamea is like, I'm going to take accountability, and I apologize for that. I should, I'm not going to do that again.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if that's taking accountability. I mean, she acknowledged that was true, but she didn't really acknowledge that that's a shitty thing to have said, and that she actually kind of agreed with it.
It's more so like, I apologize that your feelings were hurt.
Right. I apologize that, like, I said that out loud is basically what it came off like to me. So
I was drunk in the club, and I said it out loud.
Yeah. But nevertheless, it still kind of comes off as the, like, I'll be your friend, but it's a little embarrassing to be your friend.
Right. Or like, I should get a gold star for being your friend.
Right.
Which is just like, oh, God, I don't need Kay'll be okay without you, Shamea.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Right.
But I like that they talk it out, and I'm glad that everyone else wasn't there. But it was funny when everyone else does get there, and Vicky's like, so do you want to share with the group? And she was looking out like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. No.
But yeah,
that was really nice.
At least the whole lesbian conversation.
Oh God, that lesbian conversation went on forever.
Because as Porsha said, she's a full-blown lesbian now.
Right.
She took the turn. In Gayville.
She's like, I think I'll get off the exit here at Gayville. It was interesting, like, especially for a show, Atlanta, which has been, I think in previous seasons, very, I wouldn't say, been less than gay friendly.
Yes.
But for them to just be all like, I dipped in the lady pond. Oh, I'm living in the lady pond. Phaedra was saying, like, Portia's full blown in there,
The fact that it was like a full on slur. Well, when it was used as Candy was trying to drug Porsha in season 9 and have her way, or was calling out Porsha for saying that she wanted to get with Candy in the club. Nothing good happens at the club. But yes, it was just more just like Cynthia throwing it out there. Has everyone at the table had an encounter with a woman basically, and they all just go through. Didn't know Pinky was
like in a committed relationship, it seemed.
For 3 years.
Yeah.
So she wanted to go back to the man parts. And then Kay, the whole thing of, I was gay, but now I'm back straight after I had a woman stole from me. And now I'm straight again. And I'm like, okay, I know there's more layers to that being kind of funny.
I hope there's more layers.
Yeah.
To that. I was like, otherwise it just translates into that damn lesbian stole my car.
I didn't get the part like, why was she hopping on your car?
Yeah, I was like,
and then she tried to, and she fought you, and
I thought it was interesting that Drew mentioned that, like,
oh my God,
she and Ralph had experimented with women together, and that, like, that kind of, maybe that led to a rift in their relationship.
First of all, that's not how the story went.
I recall the same.
The story was like you were going off on your own. It wasn't like you and Ralph having a threesome. I'm sure that happened.
Right.
But the story, the words on the street was that she was hooking up with her co-star from the Candy, the past.
Right.
And the basketball player.
And they even, like, showed clips of her kind of saying as much. So it's like, do you know?
She was my friend. She like cares about me.
Yeah.
So to frame it as, I was being a submissive wife.
Right.
And doing what he wanted in the bedroom, which included a lady, and now I regret it, and it may have led to the demise of my marriage, is a whole other spin.
Yes.
And that's why Porsha was side-eyeing her, like, are you for real?
Yeah.
It was on camera. I wasn't in that season, but even I saw it.
No, I really liked that Porsha was giving her the side-eye of, like,
sure.
Either that or she is side-eyeing that weird blonde streak in her wig. What was that? It looked like a weird, like,
it was
somehow someone baked like a metal clip into her hair. It was really odd.
It was, again, we have to talk about Drew's wigs. It was so much hair, it was overpowering. And then you cut to that new confessional, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, the hair is so dark, the makeup is so light.
Oh, right, very, very dark.
The outfit is so ordinary. It's giving, as you said, Spellman, like Jaleesa season 1.
Yeah, it was a different world for sure.
Like cardigan and leggings. Like, did you not know you had a confessional that day? Like, I don't understand.
Now, I will say about the weird wig with the white streak.
Yeah,
it's interesting. It was interesting. It gave a look that I haven't seen before, so I will give her that. And
it was just a lot of hair.
Yeah, and like it just seems like a not very, like, that wig just doesn't travel well. Like, you brought that thing, you can only wear it once.
You know what it is? All the time back in the day, Cynthia would always do vacation braids like that. Yeah. That's what it was, except it was a wig.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess she didn't have time to like get the braid. So she's like, let me get this braided wig. And I'm sure that was just hot and heavy because there was a warm in there because like they kept panning the portion she was fanning herself.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm sure Drew was like just sweating. And with her outfit too, they're all wearing so much like fur.
Yeah.
But,
back to the lesbian conversation.
Yes.
I'm thankful, especially during Pride, that they had this conversation. No, and that it's not being weaponized. You know, I'm sure now if it was about someone's husband, it would totally be weaponized all over again.
Oh, of course. Like women can like dip in lady pond, but men cannot dip in gentleman pond. Then you're just gay.
Right. What I will say also is that Angela was noticeably absent from that conversation, which
she was uncomfortable,
which is fine. I don't need her to participate in having to say I have not dipped in the lady pool, but she just didn't even seem to be interacting with the conversation at all.
Because she didn't want to, because it made her. I'm not trying to call Angela a homophobe at all.
I want her not to be.
I'm not trying to slander her. I'm just saying she acts in a way that she is very uncomfortable, and I don't get it.
And that combined with these clunky, awkward kind of manipulations of like, I'm going to throw this bullshit out there and insinuate that you're cheating, Shamea. Like, it really feels clunky, and that kind of it reminds me of just crap that an older housewife would do. Like, just something I would expect someone of her younger age, early 40s, to have more pizzazz with, shade. I mean, she's good at doing it in fights and stuff.
Yes.
But like when she's trying to like find a thread to like latch onto, she's just really grasping at straws.
Well, also too, even like when she's trying to read, those fell short with the shalier.
Oh yeah.
And it just the arf thing.
Yeah.
I get the Coming to America reference. The lapdog of it all, but it was just so you look like a angry bird. Just I don't understand. Like, she's doing too much for nothing.
Yeah,
like you're trying to make something out of nothing with Shamea, and I don't get it. And
if there is a reason for it, then bring that up instead of dancing around the situation, because I think then as viewers we'd be, oh, she's authentically pissed off about something and she's not just making shit up.
Yeah, because I think I like Angela, but like when you do things like this that don't land, it's awkward, and it's secondhand embarrassment.
Right, and it's the same thing that like always bugged. Truly, we joke, we rag on Drew a little bit, but like it really is joking. Like, I like Drew, I want to like Drew more.
Yes.
But she would do like the last few seasons with Ralph in the basement. There were similar things, and in the season where the whole lesbian thing came up the first time, she denied it and was kind of like, it just didn't make sense the way she was getting around it. And that's where like it bugs me, because it's like Drew is wonderful when she's being genuine, and Angela the same thing. And I think every housewife everywhere is a wonderful addition to the show when they're not making shit up. So
I would love just to have Angela have a real conversation about what are you really feeling about your daughter, and just say, I'm not sure I put words in her mouth, but sometimes people will say you kind of have to let go of that dream of what you envision for your child, and that's hard, and so maybe that could be it. Or she's just doesn't know a lot of gay people. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can only speculate. Hopefully there's more detail in episodes to come, or at the reunion.
I'm sure Andy will bring something up.
Yes.
Or maybe that's we already had the reunion. We can't send in our question.
Oh, yeah.
Angela, Husbands Watching Housewives ask.
Yeah. What's the deal?
Yeah. Why are you so awkward about your daughter having married a woman? So, who else are we going on? Kelli.
Oh, yes. Kelli got, well, yeah, she talked about, again, gave the speech about Phaedra and helping her and yada, yada, yada.
Who was it? It was like, attorneys are expensive. Like,
that was Angela.
I, too, would give a speech if it meant that.
That was a good read.
Yeah,
that was a guess. That was good. And that was just like, off the cuff.
Again, but also genuine.
Yes. Yes. Oh, what was funny was at dinner when Drew tried to say, Porsha, didn't you tell me that Shamea kissed Kandi? And they both were like, one, we don't talk to one another. Two, that didn't happen. And I love that Porsha said, you're in the mood.
Yeah, like we were having fun and now we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I liked it.
So yeah, then they go back and
that's when things just get all kumbaya.
Wait, no. We already discussed the whole like reading of the text. Okay, yeah. Yes. Kelly's ex-husband is suing Bravo
for $200 million.
Right. Might as well be $2 billion.
Yeah, Cynthia's like, he's not going to win that.
Wasn't that like Britt's lawsuit was like that high?
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
Yeah. So Kelly comes into the room. So it's Kelly and Porsha and Phaedra and Drew and Cynthia. And they talk about the husband and, Drew saying it's so hard. Kelly is saying it's so hard, fighting all the time, fighting against this man, fighting, for her kids. And then she and Porsha, talk about their fight. They don't want to fight anymore. And they come to a good place and Kelly actually apologizes to Porsha. Porsha could apologize to her, but whatever. We're in a good place.
Well, I mean, Porsha did kind of open the door for that and saying like, look, I know, we've had our issues, but like really at the end of the day, I do want to be here for you. Like I do think of you as a friend, and I know that like, we're have some friction now, but like if we can get past that, I do want to be your friend. And that's when Kelly said like, yeah, I said some things about you too and da-da-da. So like
Porsche never says like, I apologize for saying that you were full on cheating with a married man.
Oh no. But the thing is like, I think
I think she believes it to be true.
I think, though, that they're both taking responsibility for pushing each other's buttons. And I think that's what's the important part, is that, like, look, I know that we haven't seen eye to eye, but, like, at the end of the day, I want to find a way to see eye to eye and, like, be your friend. So
it's too easy to be, like, I'm not disregarding it, but, like, there could be mutual apologies. I always want, when someone apologizes, it's for me. When someone apologizes, like you, I always apologize too, because I feel bad like leaving you out there. So,
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you did that. You don't have to do that.
I do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would have been nice, but whatever. They're in a good place. They kumbaya. They cry. Then Drew starts crying because she sees her future with Ralph and doesn't want it to be this way. And I would say like my immediate thought was, oh, you're making it about yourself. But no, she actually doesn't. She's just like relating. Right. She's relating and not trying to take over the conversation.
I mean, a lot of that felt very much that alcohol was involved, that like their defenses were lowered, probably because they've been traveling all day, they're tired, alcohol, dinner, all that stuff. And so they were just like, oh, and so it was really sweet to see it all happening. But at the same time, it does seem a little odd that Drew's got in there. But it's also just weird. I mean, I'm glad that there wasn't just like another episode where they're fighting and there's no resolution. I'm glad to see the resolution. That's what we come here for resolution. But at the same time, it was just a little too like saccharine. Just like, oh, look how sugary sweet this entire scene is.
Right. And then like a little funny at the end where like, with Porsha talking about the porn.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that whole porn site that K. Michelle Black recommended. Tasty? Yeah, Black Tasty.
Tasty Black.
Yeah. I was considering that for an episode of our episode title, but I was like, that's just free advertising for whatever.
Exactly. So I don't know if we're the best because we're not. Is it just lesbian stuff?
I think it is just lesbian stuff. I didn't go to it. I don't need my. Well,
the whole it's
my Instagram feed is flooded with patio furniture because we're looking for. I don't need it flooded with black lesbians.
From P to P. Well, why gotta be black?
Tasty black. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's geared for black women. So anyway,
it's true. Yeah, when Shamea said, I like lesbian porn, and then Sophia said, I do too.
That's because it's sensual.
It's yes. And that's when Kay's like, taste it back. Just like Netflix.
But, yeah, it's better. She likes it as much as Netflix.
Yes.
I'm surprised Drew didn't be like, are you talking about black? You talking about...
They have not, had a moment, but maybe there's still time on the trip.
Yeah. So I feel like we're missing like a major part. Just like on the Rhode Island episode last night, we missed the whole garlic butt
conversation. That was disgusting, as Tamara would say.
Phaedra was in there a little bit, but nothing.
It was just her birthday. She's had some like shade. She like cried at the end. She had them in prayer.
Yeah, check those notes.
No, that was basically.
We got everything?
We got everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. No, I'm glad we're down to one episode on Sundays. I think back-to-back Housewives is a little bit much for me.
It's a lot. They should not do that again. Island needs to have its own night.
It does. Yes. And then on top of that, like, I don't know, it's a lot of housewifing to think about, and it just it hasn't been as much fun for me, and it makes those kind of boring episodes even more tedious to watch, because you're like, you kind of have to pick a favorite at that point, where it's like, well, which one am I happier that night over? And it's like, well, when Atlanta is boring, you're like, well, Rhode Island was better. And I don't like having to choose.
Right.
So I'm glad we're down to one now. I'm glad I rewatched this one today with fresh energy and everything. And I liked this episode in general.
I did too. I thought it was really good. I'm looking forward to next week when shit's going to really go down. It won't be on.
Oh, it won't be on the 4th of July weekend. You're right.
Yes. So it'll be the following.
Yeah.
But
a little break.
Yes.
But we'll be obnoxious on social media.
Yes.
So
there's something coming in the mail.
Yes. It'll be good.
Yes.
So
and then we have OC coming up.
Yeah, and we're going to do that with our friends over at Bestie Approved.
Correct.
So I got to figure out how we're going to record that, because the sound is always bad because we're in the same room, but that's the whole thing. I might do it downstairs, like on a separate mic.
Do you think it's just us being like in the same room?
I think it is. It's a little bit difficult. And then I can't really hear what's being said because we're going to figure that all out, because I just want the best production value possible for our listeners and viewers, because this is not about us. It's about you, the listener.
Listener.
But please like and subscribe wherever you find your podcast. Totally kidding. But yeah, I mean, I guess anything else we want to cover?
No, I think that's it.
And then I guess we'll talk about it next time.
Until next time.